Your car payment is $736 a month. That's the national average right now, not for a luxury car, not for a truck with every upgrade. That's the average for a regular sedan. And most people don't flinch because the dealership said you were approved because the monthly number felt manageable. But here's what nobody told you. That one payment is doing more damage to your financial future than almost any other bill you pay. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why, down to the dollar. 10 years ago, the average car payment was about $480. Today, it's $736. That's a 53% jump in a single decade. But your income didn't jump 53%. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, median wages only grew about 25% in that same period. So the cost of driving went up twice as fast as your paycheck. And here's the part that really stings. You didn't go looking for an expensive car. You walked into a dealership with a budget. You told them what you could afford. And somehow, you drove out paying $200 more per month than you planned. That's not an accident. The entire car buying process is designed to shift your attention away from total costs, away from the interest rate, away from the loan term, and toward one single number, the monthly payment. As long as that monthly number feels doable, you sign. You don't do the full math. Nobody does, because the dealership doesn't want you to. Here's how the trick works. Cars got more expensive, but dealerships knew that if your monthly payment got too high, you'd walk away. So they didn't lower the price. They stretched the loan. 10 years ago, the most common car loan was 60 months, 5 years. Today, the average is 68 months, and loans of 72 or 84 months are everywhere. That's 6 to 7 years of payments for a machine that starts losing value the second you drive it off the lot. A new car loses about 20% of its value in the first year alone. By year 3, it's lost around 40%. So think about that. You're 3 years into a 7-year loan. You still owe most of the balance, but the car is already worth 40% less than what you paid. That gap between what you owe and what the car is worth, that's called being underwater, or negative equity, and it's not rare. According to Edmunds, 29.3% of all trade-ins in 2024 had negative equity. Nearly 1 in 3 people who traded in a car owed more than it was worth. The average amount they were underwater, $7,214. So they rolled that debt into their next car loan, bought a new car, started a fresh 72-month loan. But now that loan includes $7,000 they still owed from the last one, and the cycle starts all over again. Now let's do the math that the dealership never does with you. The average car loan in America right now, $736 a month. The average loan term, 68 months. The average interest rate on a new car loan, 7.1%. So let's run it. $736 a month times 68 months. That's $50,048 out of your pocket over the life of the loan. But what is the car worth when you finally make that last payment? A $40,000 vehicle after about 5.5 years of depreciation is worth roughly $21,000, maybe less depending on the make and model. So you paid $50,048 for something now worth $21,000. You lost $29,000, not because the car broke down, not because you got scammed. You lost it because that's how the math works when you finance a depreciating asset over a long period at a high rate. Now let's add insurance. Full coverage on a financed car averages about $220 a month. Over 68 months, that's another $14,960. Let's add it all up. Loan payments, $50,048. Insurance, $14,960. Total spent on this one car, roughly $65,000. The car is worth $21,000. You are negative $44,000 on this deal. And here's the number that should keep you up at night. If you had taken that same $736 a month and invested it into a basic index fund, earning an average 8% return over those same 68 months, you'd have about $63,000. Not a car worth $21,000 and shrinking. $63,000 growing. The difference between those two paths is over $100,000 in real wealth. Same money, same paycheck, completely different outcome. So who wins when you sign a 72-month car loan? Everyone except you. The dealership makes money on the sale. They also make money on the financing. Most people don't know this, but when a dealership arranges your loan, they often mark up the interest rate. The bank might approve you at 5%. The dealership offers you 7%. That 2% spread, the dealership keeps it as profit. It's called a dealer reserve, and it's completely legal. Then the lender wins. They collect interest from you for 6 or 7 years. A longer loan means more interest payments. On a $40,000 loan at 7.1% for 68 months, you'll pay over $10,000 just in interest. Then the insurance company wins because the lender requires full coverage the entire time you're making payments. That's $220 a month whether you filed a claim or not. And then the dealership wins again because after 3 or 4 years you're underwater. You come back to trade it in. They offer you less than you owe. They roll that negative equity into your next loan. And the whole machine starts turning again. Every part of the system is designed to keep you in a payment, not to get you to ownership. Payments are the product. Your monthly obligation is their monthly income. Now, the most common pushback is this: I need a reliable car and I can't afford to buy one in cash. That's fair. And it's exactly what the system wants you to believe, because the definition of reliable has been inflated. You don't need a brand new car to have a reliable car. A $12,000 to $15,000 used car with 40,000 to 60,000 miles can last you another 100,000 miles with basic maintenance. According to Consumer Reports, the most reliable vehicles on the road are often 3 to 5 years old, not brand new. The brand new car you finance for $40,000 isn't more reliable, it's just more expensive. So here's the plan. Step 1. Drive your current car for at least 2 more years, even if you don't love it, even if it's not flashy. Keeping a paid-off car on the road is the single biggest shortcut to building wealth. Step 2. Take what you would have spent on a car payment, $500 to $700 a month, and put it in a high-yield savings account. In 18 months at $500 a month, you'll have $9,000. In 24 months, you'll have $12,000. Step 3. Buy your next car with cash, no loan, no interest, no full coverage requirement, no negative equity, no 7-year trap. You walk in with $12,000 to $15,000 and you own it outright. That's freedom. That's how you stop renting your transportation and start owning it. 2 people both making $55,000 a year. Same city, same bills, same starting point. Person A does what most people do. They finance a car for $736 a month over 68 months. When that loan ends, they trade it in. Still owe $4,000 in negative equity and roll it into a new 72-month loan. Over 10 years, person A makes roughly $130,000 in car payments and insurance combined. They always have a car, but they never own one outright, and they have $0 invested from that money. Person B takes a different path. They drive their current car for 2 extra years. They save $500 a month. After 18 months, they buy a $9,000 car in cash. They keep driving it. They keep saving. Every 2 to 3 years, they upgrade slightly. Always with cash. Over 10 years, person B spends about $35,000 total on cars. No interest, no insurance markup, no negative equity. And the $500 a month they consistently invest, at an average 8% return over 10 years, that grows to roughly $93,000. So after a decade, person A has spent $130,000 and has a car worth maybe $18,000. Person B has spent $35,000 on cars and built $93,000 in investments. The gap is over $160,000. Same paycheck, same job, same neighborhood. The only difference is what person B learned and what person A never questioned. You're not bad with money. You were never taught how this works. The system made the payment feel normal. The dealership made the loan feel like a favor. And nobody ever sat you down and ran the real numbers. But now you have them. You've seen what a $736 payment actually costs over time. You've seen where the money goes and who profits. This is not your fault. Nobody taught you this, but now you know, and knowing changes everything.